Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're going to be going over the hottest ICP news and charts. So we'll kick it off with the ICP CC Community Conference, which is happening May 10th. There are a lot of big time names here, from applications built on the IC to the content creators, which are all powerhouse content creators, by the way. They have stepped up to the call because they've got the balls, baby, to bring you the best content that they can possibly deliver. So I guarantee you, everyone has absolutely knocked it out of the park when it comes to creating content for this thing. Cointelegraph, from obscurity to prominence, Web3 protocol celebrates growth with a DAO-powered event. So we got a nice Cointelegraph article, kind of goes over, tells a little brief history of the IC, and then I was fortunate to get a little shout out. The first one is Cracking FTX, a documentary that seeks to unveil the new dark side on FTX. So you guys can see that they went ahead and attached to one of my tweets, which is this hacker, unknown identity, one of the biggest super whales of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the space. I can guarantee you that. Only the top 1% of anyone in crypto knows, possibly, I'll say the top 0.01% of anybody in crypto probably knows who this person is. But I've got the mask that this dark entity wore during my film. So I think we might auction that thing off for charity, or do some of it to charity, something like that. But this is crazy. This whole journey that I've been on to bring you this film called Cracking FTX, folks, which will debut on my YouTube channel. You guys are absolutely killing it. Thank you for the likes. But May 11th, 11 a.m. is when this thing's going to go live on my YouTube channel. You're not going to want to miss out on it. It's 31 minutes long. I went to LA, Las Vegas, Utah, Seattle, Minnesota. I was supposed to go to Switzerland, but things kind of fell through at the last second. Now, on to the next subject. And I didn't mean for this thing to be such a gaslighting post, because that's not in my nature to gaslight the community, right? But I think it's very important that we go over this. I put out an honest tweet. Reducing the 8-year staking duration to 5 years shouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay? There was a lot of great pros and cons from the community, things that I didn't really even think of. But there was a lot of people in the comments section, that kind of, opened my eyes up a little bit bigger. But getting back to my point, from a trader's perspective and not somebody that doesn't really know how to trade, from a trader's perspective, it doesn't really make sense for me to keep massive amounts of ICP locked up in the NNS, but it might make sense for somebody that might suffer from like impulse control, or somebody that's not as good of a trader to keep these ICP locked up. So, I'm still neutral on this, folks. And to be honest, I could care either way what happens, as long as it's for the greater good and it will improve the IC. I'm not saying people should get stepped on or anything like that. If they do make this change, they need to make the 8-year gang absolutely whole 100%, and they cannot be left behind. My thoughts are, though, if you hold an 8-year neuron and let's just say you decide to get out completely, down the line, after the 8-year neuron isn't even around or available to like create anymore, those 8-year neurons are going to become even more valuable. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. Let me know in the comment sections what your thoughts are on Dominic Williams' little post about getting rid of the 8-year neuron and reducing it to 5. It is what it is. Internet Computer launches CK-USDC. Now, this is what we've all been waiting for. As a trader, this is what will get me to stay in the Internet Computer ecosystem and use some of these DEXs to trade, right? So, Internet Computer launches CK-USDC, Sepolia, an ICP copy of USDC in CK-ERC20 token standard. So this is the key word here. This is like the Ethereum sandbox. So ICP is launched CK-USDC in the Ethereum sandbox. So people are going to try to break it. They're going to try to crush it, and they're going to try to use it. So we'll see what happens here. I'm hopeful that this thing will get implemented rather soon. Now, politics aside, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I vote strictly on what's going to benefit me the most financially. I don't care about anybody else. That is my motive when it comes to voting here in the United States, okay? I want my taxes low, and I want my bags big and fat, right? So this gentleman asked Donald Trump how he's going to keep crypto business in America. Trump, of course, said that he wants to keep them here. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of shit happened the last election with President Trump, okay? A lot of people are not going to be able to look past that. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, if your motives are purely financial, this gentleman might be the best option to kick off the next bull run. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Again, political parties aside, I'm absolutely not dedicated to either political party. They are both absolute snakes in the grass, and they will stab you right in the back. I'm bullish on Cyclics, folks. This is a token that I've been following and I am invested in. Now, they have burned over 1.3% of the total supply in the last month alone. Price is at about 30 cents a token. It's a ERC20 token. They are a GambleFi website over in Dubai. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Just throwing that out there. Interesting news here. Cryptocurrency, Internet Computer falls more than 3% in 25 hours. Holy shit. My God. Come on, Benzinga. We're not even going to read this article. What a bunch of bull crap. And crypto news, folks. Internet Computer going to zero. ICP drops 2.3%. Investors rush into this new GambleFi token. Blah, 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 blah. Man, you know what? Must be some really tough news days out there, folks. We need to look at the top 100 because that's where ICP is. So with that said, what is ICP doing? I cannot see it on the charts. So where are you? Down here in the corner. It's not really doing squat today, but it is down 26% on the month, still up 145% on the year. You know, it's kind of been trading sideways the last day. Not much to brag about. In the other video the other day, I was kind of talking about how we might be seeing this little potential move to the upside. We had a little baby falling wedge. I may be expecting price to come up to this $12.90-ish level, quite possibly. With that said, let's just look at this weekly chart here. I want to see where things are going. And folks, when it comes down to it, I do think that we might be gearing up to see ICP on this weekly chart really come and test this 50 moving average. And things could get bad, but I'm hoping to target this 50 moving average somewhere mid-year, okay? It could happen towards the fall, but on the weekly, folks, I'd like to see one of two things happen. Either some sort of falling wedge occur and we see the price rip to the upside, or I would like to see maybe some sort of like cup and handle form, and then off to the races. On the weekly, I've been telling you guys this since January. That price needs to move sideways towards this 50 moving average. On the weekly, it's still bullish. We're still above the 50 moving average. We're still above this Ichimoku cloud, which is insanely bullish, folks. So we've got a lot of good things going for us at the moment. And ICP has just really been trading sideways since December, since everybody's bags popped. So it is what it is. I'm hoping that we just hold this floor somewhere in here. But on the 4-hour chart, when it comes down to it, we could be gearing up. I'm just kind of looking at some of this stuff here. Man, there is somewhat of a little bit of a falling wedge that is still kind of playing out here. And you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So we'll just kind of have to gear up and see how this all plays out here over the next couple days. In my opinion, though, I think that we're going to get a little pump to $12.83, somewhere in that neighborhood, just because this price is kind of far from these Ichimoku clouds. So it is what it is. Let's just check out Noble Blocks really quick to see what's happening with Noble Blocks. Noble Blocks is just kind of trading sideways here. Had a real nice pump the other day. A mega whale bought in. So we're hoping to see this thing maybe come up and test the 1.6. Here's Cyclics Games, folks. Cyclics Games has been trading sideways since mid-April at or around the 22 to 26, 30 cent level. But it had a nice pump over the last few days on this 4-hour chart. So I'm hoping to maybe see this thing do one of these things before it rips off to the upside. But it's got some interesting tokenomics because it's burning a high rate of the 15 million tokens. It's been in existence for like a month and it's already burned over 1% of the supply. And the gambling casino isn't even out yet. So they are working on getting their licenses and stuff like that in order from the country of Dubai. Bitcoin, we'll just take a quick peekaroo at this thing. You know what, guys? This thing is still doing good. Bitcoin, bear with me 1 second here. I mean, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, this thing is just trading in this range. It's a nice flagpole, nice bull flag. So I do think that, we might be gearing up to start seeing things really start to move a little bit. It might take a couple of weeks, though. We might see this thing range into June in this $50,000 to $62,000-ish level. All right, folks, that's it. So I want you guys to check out some of these videos I got at the end screen, and we'll talk to you guys all on the next video. Peace.